Well, I know this isn't funny, but it kind of is funny. Bruh, so NaLyssa Smith, we know she was a former Indiana Fever basketball player about a year ago, bruh. Now, I'll be one to tell you, she has now been sent to 2 different teams in a matter of 6 months, bruh.
Oh, would you look at that? The universe has a funny way of serving up justice. And today's special is a 5-course meal of instant karma with a side of humble pie. And guess who's the guest of honor? NaLyssa Smith, the forward who thought the grass was greener everywhere except where she was planted. Well, surprise, surprise. Turns out that grass was just spray-painted AstroTurf. And now she's face first in the dirt.
Smith traded for the second time this year. She'll be hitting her 3rd team in a matter of 365 days. NaLyssa Smith traded from the Dallas Wings to the Las Vegas Aces, and this should come to no surprise. As Curt Miller said, literally, she was used as a means to get DiJonai Carrington, but...
Let's rewind this beautiful disaster, shall we? Picture this. NaLyssa Smith, sitting pretty on the Indiana Fever, playing alongside the basketball phenomenon that is Caitlin Clark. You'd think being teammates with the woman who single-handedly turned women's basketball into appointment television would be a blessing. You'd think wrong.
So this was not on my bingo card because truthfully, I don't really understand this trade. I never would have seen this coming. As a matter of fact, I don't think NaLyssa Smith saw this coming as she posted to Twitter, "Sick to my stomach, dog. Never seen this coming, but I love you, Dallas Nation. Thank you for everything." While
Caitlin was out there breaking records, selling out arenas, and basically carrying the entire WNBA on her back like some kind of basketball atlas, what was NaLyssa doing? Oh, just cozying up on the bench with her girlfriend, DiJonai Carrington. You know, the same DJ who made it her personal mission to target Clark every chance she got? Yeah, that DJ. The one who accidentally poked Caitlin in the eye during the playoffs and then had the audacity to laugh about it with her girlfriend afterward. Real teammate energy there. NaLyssa...
So NaLyssa Smith just got traded to the Las Vegas Aces because she was stinking it up so bad on the Dallas Wings, and now her and DiJonai Dirty Mustard Carrington can't scissor by the pool late at night before games anymore. We tried to tell you, NaLyssa Smith, this is the beginning of the end of your career.
But here's where it gets deliciously ironic. Smith spent her time in Indiana acting like she was too good for the team, too good for a role, and definitely too good to actually support the player who was single-handedly elevating the entire franchise. The numbers don't lie. Folks, in 2023, Smith was averaging a career-high 15.5 points and 9.2 rebounds per game. Not bad, right? But then Caitlin Clark arrived, and suddenly Smith production started looking like a clearance sale at going out of business store.
The way that the WNBA is going, it is going up-tempo, it is going fast. We are seeing these young rookies starting to really dominate in this league that is like kind of shifting into a different direction. And NaLyssa Smith is kind of the opposite of that. She has quite like a slow release time. She doesn't run up and down the court quickly, like she's pretty slow in fast breaks. She doesn't really have much of a court IQ.
By 2024, playing alongside the most electrifying player in women's basketball, Smith managed to drop to 10.6 points and 7.1 rebounds per game. You'd think being on the same court as Clark would elevate everyone's game. But apparently, Smith was too busy being distracted by her Connecticut Sun girlfriend to notice the basketball masterclass happening right next to her.
All you had to do was work on your game. You could have played with Clark, the face of the league, the most attention you got, and now your career is on the downfall. You about to bounce from team to team and probably soon be out of the league, man. It's your relationship, man. You don't care about balling. As long as it's about DiJonai Carrington, that's all you care about. And this is exactly why you're sick to your stomach getting traded from the bottom teams in the league, Goofy.
If you're enjoying this, please subscribe. And let's talk about loyalty or the complete lack thereof. When opponents were literally hunting Caitlin Clark like she had a bounty on her head, where was Smith? When refs were swallowing their whistles every time someone clotheslined Clark, where was the veteran leadership? When Caitlin was getting roughed up game after game, Smith was sitting on the bench having giggly conversations with the very person targeting her teammate. That's not just bad teammate behavior. That's straight up treason.
goodness, man. NaLyssa Smith. Yo. Man, talk about doing the Dallas a favor, fam. That is crazy work. Can y'all imagine a team with Paige Beckers and Juju on the same team? What in the world? If the Aces turn around and be a terrible team in 2026, woo! Oh man, that's gonna be crazy. That is going to be crazy work, man.
The writing was on the wall when Smith started making cryptic social media posts about wanting a bigger role, about not understanding how her third year was going, about everything except actually stepping up and supporting the generational talent she was playing beside. She removed Fever from her social media bio faster than you can say ungrateful, practically begging for a trade while playing alongside a rookie who was rewriting the record book. So Smith got her wish. She thought she was escaping to something better when Dallas came calling with promises of a fresh start and a reunion with her girlfriend. The Wings package her and DJ together like some kind of WNBA power couple starter pack. And Smith probably thought she'd hit the jackpot. Finally, she could play with her boo and show everyone what she was really capable of without being overshadowed by Caitlin Clark.
We knew if we could get NaLyssa in a trade, that even more could get DiJonai through free agency too. So it all worked out, but a lot of work went into that.
Did you guys hear all of his compliments of NaLyssa Smith? The compliments of her game, the compliments of her finishing ability, her rebounding ability, her mid-range ability, her defensive ability. Did you hear any compliments about her game, or did you hear, man, I knew if we could get NaLyssa in this shit show of a 4-team trade, then our main target in free agency, DiJonai Carrington, is more likely to come. Now, Kurt Miller.
Plot twist. The grass wasn't greener. It was dead, brown, and full of fire ants. Smith's Dallas debut was less a triumphant return to form and more a career obituary written in real time. Those 15.5 points per game from her peak, cut that down to a measly 6.7. Those 9.2 rebounds that made her look like a legitimate force, shrunk to 4.9. Her minutes, a pathetic 19.1 per game, down from over 30 in her rookie year. The woman went from being a starter on a playoff team to being a bench warmer on one of the worst teams in the league. But what she really did was jump from a championship contending ship onto the Titanic after it hit the iceberg. The universe has a sense of humor, though. While Smith was struggling to find her identity in Dallas, averaging career lows in literally every meaningful statistic, guess who was continuing to light up scoreboards and fill arenas? That's right, Caitlin Clark, the teammate she couldn't wait to get away from. Clark was out there proving exactly why she's a face of the league, while Smith was proving exactly why loyalty matters in professional sports.
Y'all, look at this. What is going on in Dallas? Dallas just traded NaLyssa Smith over to the Aces. And she tweeted saying she's sick to her stomach over this trade because they blindsided her. She had no idea this was coming, obviously, but she literally went to Dallas to go play with her girlfriend, DiJonai. And now they traded her. What is going on?
But wait, it gets better. Or worse, depending on your perspective. Just 6 months after finally getting to play with her girlfriend, just 6 months after thinking she'd found her basketball paradise, the Dallas Wings decided they'd seen enough of the NaLyssa Smith experience. On June 30th, 2025, Smith got the call every player dreads. She was being traded again to the Las Vegas Aces for a 2027 first-round pick. Not even a current player, a pick 3 years in future. That's the basketball equivalent of being traded for store credit that doesn't expire until the next presidential election. Smith's reaction was priceless. Sick to my stomach. Dog. Never seen this coming. Really, Nyssa? You never saw this coming? You averaged 6.7 points on a team that went 1-11 to start the season, and you never saw this coming? That's like saying you never saw the ground coming after jumping off a cliff.
Yes, they got rid of her for a draft pick, bro. They didn't even get a player out of this. I don't know, but I'm telling you right now, this is looking spooky. And it's looking like, allegedly, this could be a locker room situation. A trade like this, quick, Fast and Harry, and not on and on. But one thing I can say, a trade like this happening means to tell me there was a reason behind the trade. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to watch this story like a hawk, bruh. Now, with all that being...
And here's the kicker. The trade separated her from DJ Carrington, the same girlfriend she left Caitlin Clark in the Indiana Fever to be with. The same girlfriend who spent more time in her DMs than actually playing winning basketball. The relationship that was supposedly so important that she threw away playing alongside a generational talent? Yeah, that got broken up by a 2027 draft pick. DJ's response to the trade? A broken heart emoji. Not even words, just an emoji. That's the kind of support system she chose over being teammates with someone who could have elevated her career to heights she never imagined. She picked a girlfriend who communicates in emojis over a teammate who communicates in 30-point triple-doubles.
No idea. You just wake up one day after having established a life somewhere, and now you have to go somewhere else and play with a new team. Like, this is crazy. And while that's just like the life of a professional athlete, this is how it's been done for years. And I think the same thing every single time. I just can never get over it because there is pretty much no other job where that is acceptable. Like, where you can just do that. Granted, I don't work in the corporate world, but I'm assuming in like a corporate job, if they want to relocate you to a different, out of state, they gotta like tell you, right? Like, you have to like be okay with that, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, man. And then for NaLyssa Smith to have been playing with DiJonai Carrington, her girlfriend, so now that family's broken up.
This is karma in its purest form. Folks, Smith spent months acting like the victim in Indiana, like she was being held back by play with the most exciting player in women's basketball. She complained about her role while being part of the Fever's first playoff appearance since 2016. She sulked about not getting enough touches while playing alongside someone who was bringing national attention to every game they played. The numbers tell the whole story. In 3 years with Indiana, Smith averaged 13 points and 8 rebounds. In less than half a season with Dallas, the team she supposedly left for a better opportunity, she managed 6.7 points and 4.9 rebounds. That's not a statistical dip. That's a statistical cliff dive with no parachute. And now she's on her third team in less than a year, traded for a future asset, like a player past her expiration date, separated from the girlfriend she chose over team loyalty, and probably wondering why nobody told her that being a good teammate actually matters in professional sports.
NaLyssa Smith was contributing in a heavy way toward winning, either there or in her last stop with Indiana, and they get a first-round pick in what is to be a loaded draft in return. From the Aces side of things, it seems like a move to try to remain in contention, but I'm not sure how much it's going to work out because Smith can't shoot the ball, defensively has problems. We'll see if she can thrive next to Asia Wilson.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is still out there setting records, still filling arenas, still proving why she's the most important player in the WNBA. The Indiana Fever? They're building something special around their superstar, probably relieved they don't have to deal with Smith's drama anymore. And Smith? She's learning the hard way that talent without character is just potential without purpose. The beautiful irony is that Smith thought she was escaping a situation where she wasn't a focal point. But what she really did was escape from greatness. Las Vegas better hope they can fix whatever's broken in Smith's game and her attitude, because her track record speaks for itself. 2 teams in 6 months have decided she's not worth keeping around. The Fever traded her after she made it clear she didn't want to be there. Dallas dumped her after less than half a season of disappointing production. That's not bad luck. That's a pattern.
Consistent cohesion and where she plays and performs really well from night to night. There was an in-game interview with Curt Miller where he kind of let it slip that getting NaLyssa might have been like a carrot to dangle for acquiring DiJonai Carrington, who he really wanted, who, by the way, also hasn't been really performing really well with the Dallas Wings. And as a matter of fact, since she has been benched and she is out with an injury, the Dallas Wings have actually started winning a bit more.
This is what happens when you choose personal drama over professional excellence. This is what happens when you prioritize your love life over your basketball life. This is what happens when you turn your back on a teammate who could have made you better and choose instead to align yourself with someone whose biggest contribution to basketball is poking people in the eye. Smith's career trajectory reads like a cautionary tale. From all-rookie first team to trade fodder in 3 years. From playing alongside a generational talent to being shuffled between teams like a deck of cards. From being part of playoff basketball to being salary cap relief, the universe doesn't forget, and karma doesn't have a statute of limitations.
Not surprised. She's just not a good basketball player. I think she has potential, but she chooses to play a certain way, and it just don't translate. I think the people were right about her, huh? They got rid of her, and it was a good decision. She don't play hard. She don't. She plays when she feels like it. When she feels like it, she's pretty good. When she don't feel like it, she really don't feel like it. That's why I don't have much faith in NaLyssa Smith.
NaLyssa Smith is learning that lesson the hard way, one disappointing trade at a time. She had everything handed to her on a silver platter, a playoff team, a generational teammate, and a chance to be part of basketball history. Instead, she chose drama. She chose selfishness. She chose to bite the hand that could have fed her career for years to come. NaLyssa Smith wanted out of Indiana so badly that she forgot to consider whether anywhere else actually wanted her. Turns out, being Caitlin Clark's teammate was the best gig she ever had. She just didn't realize it until it was too late. The moral of the story? When you're playing alongside greatness, don't let jealousy, relationships, or ego make you think the grass is greener somewhere else. Sometimes, that grass is just painted concrete.